The South braces for another round of chilly weather. Interesting weather warning is coming from South Florida.
Yeah, don't think I've ever heard of this one before. The National Weather Service out of Miami is warning of iguanas falling out of trees there in that area.
Pretty interesting. Our Lee Peck is live outside on the Fox 10 weather deck with more on this. And Lee, I guess you learned something new too.
Folks at B&B Pet Stop giving me the 411. At 50 degrees, iguanas become lethargic. At 40 and below, they become comatose. And even though they've been in South Florida since the 1960s, well, they still haven't adapted to the occasional cold snap.
Inside B&B Pet Stop, there's no shortage of animals. There are birds, both big and small, fish, we found Nemo and Dory, and reptiles, including this red iguana.
They call this one Diablo for some reason. I don't know why, but he's just a beautiful, come here, big guy. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I know you don't want to come out. He's underneath all his heat.
And for good reason. It's cold. So cold in South Florida, the Miami National Weather Service tweeting out, don't be surprised if you see iguanas falling from the trees tonight. It's a real problem for these cold-blooded lizards. Think of it like a coma as their blood starts to slow down.
When it gets cold, everything slows down. It slows until it almost stops. And that's when the iguana, all of a sudden, he stops and he falls out of the tree, lands on the ground, and they just sit there like they're dead. And they're mighty darn close to dead. And if it gets even colder, it could very well kill them.
They eventually warm back up and carry on. The same thing can happen to snakes, even turtles.
These guys are called sulcata tortoises. Now we just got a whole bunch of little babies in, but these guys are literally only a few weeks old. Look how cute that is. Literally, they probably live 60, 70 years easily, maybe even over 100, and literally they get this big around.
So while it could be a rough night for his cousins down in South Florida.
All right, time for him to go back. He gets to go in his special house.
Diablo settles in for a cozy night.
Yep, look where he immediately went, was right to the heat. He went immediately under the heat. He knows.
And another reptile that slows down during the cold weather, the Burmese python. You'll find a lot of bounty hunters going out there to grab those snakes because they don't put up a fight in the cold weather. We're live tonight on the weather deck. Lee Peck, Fox 10 News.